Hey budget gardeners, Vita Loca here. Join me today as we plant up this small rock garden with beautiful annuals and perennials from my own yard. So let's go. We're on the west side of my house and there are a few flower beds that are out here. And I've been working on them with weeding them and adding plants to them. One area that I haven't tackled this year is this area right here. So yesterday I weeded it and my husband, Mr. Budget Gardener, added irrigation to it. And now that there's a little bit more water in this dry spot, I figured let's get it planted. This is a pretty small space. It's only about 4 feet by 4 feet, and that includes the rock that's in the middle there. There are a couple of euonymus on either side of the rock. I got those from my mother-in-law's, and for right now I'm going to keep them in this garden because they're behaving themselves, they're not spreading too fast, and we're going to work around them. The one thing that I want to do is right down in this corner here, there are a couple of iris. I do want to move them because I have some iris in the back of this bed, so I figured we might as well move them to the back of the bed where the rest of the iris are, and that will give us a little bit extra space to play with in this small garden. It's a pretty simple step when it comes to digging up the iris. Their roots are not very deep at all. And since it's summer, they've already bloomed. So it's a good time for me to go ahead and move these. On the west side here, I call that the lilac bed because it has a lilac tree in there. There's a bunch of daylilies and other perennials in there. And if we keep moving along, there's some creeping phlox. There are iris towards the back, daylilies. In the spring, there were some daffodils in here. So we're going to plant those iris towards the back of this bed where we have other iris plants. The key to planting iris is that you want to make sure that you're exposing this part of the iris. So the roots need to be in the ground, and this part right here needs to be slightly exposed. But you also don't want the iris plant to fall over in the wind. So I'm just making sure that the roots are in the ground. But I want to expose some of this right here. This is a pretty young plant right here. It still may not bloom next year, but it will continue to grow. And it should be happy back here with the other iris. I want to make sure the roots are in the ground. All planted. Let's continue with our project. So I figured I'd take you along on this journey and we'd go shopping for plants that I already have in my yard. We're at my backyard plant nursery, and I've done a pretty good job with keeping this whole area weed-free. But this is right next to the plant nursery. This is my plant nursery for myself. These are not for sale. These are plants that I've divided from my garden, that I've bought from other backyard nurseries, that I've bought on clearance from different stores, like big box stores. I need to start planting some of these. The weeds have taken over a little bit in this area, but it's fine. We are going to go shopping in this section and find some beautiful plants for our rock garden. I'm going to start with this beautiful sedum. I dug this up from another rock garden in my backyard. We did a project on that where we cleaned it up. And I kept some of this in that rock garden back there, but I want to add some of this to our new rock garden that we're going to work on. Sedums are a wonderful thing to add to any rock garden. We have some lamb's ear. I'm going to grab all the lamb's ear that I have. I'm looking for plants that are on the shorter side in here. I figured because it's a rock garden, we want plants to be nice and small, not too tall. Here are some grasses that I got from my backyard nursery friend. They started to root themselves in. I'm imagining we're probably going to give them a haircut, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. They have a nice little bluish tinge to them. I think I like plants that have a little bit of a silver foliage to them. Here we have some artemisia. It's a lot of fun shopping for plants actually in my own yard. I really didn't know where I was going to put these plants, so I just put them here as a temporary holding spot. Over here I have some pincushion flower or scabiosa. I could keep on shopping in here. There are a lot of plants tucked into this small space. But I have other areas where I can put these plants. Well, I think we made out pretty well with some nice perennials for this garden bed. I'm going to go ahead and start placing them. I love it. I think it came out great. I'm going to take you in for a closer shot. For the scabious or pincushion, I was hoping to be able to divide it, but it was only one plant, and that's fine. But I did go ahead and deadhead it while I was at it. I think these little grasses are so cute. So I just put them near each other to give them that instant impact. When it comes to the sedum, I did cut some of them back because I thought that they really should just be cut back and recover. They were getting very leggy. So we have some over here as well. And then we have the artemisia over there. And we also have some artemisia over here. I did have another sedum that I moved, and I have it over here as well as over there. And then I dotted the lamb's ear towards the back. I'm okay with them being just one piece at a time. They will fill in. When I bought them, I actually bought them in just one small little pot, and I divided them and potted them up. So it's amazing how many plants you can get just out of one plant. There were two plants that I thought were lamb's ear. They don't appear to be, and I'm not sure what they are, but I planted them because I had them here and I figured I might as well just let them grow. But I'm pretty sure they are not lamb's ear. That's all right. We'll wait till next year to find out what they are. I think we now need to add some color. I have a bunch of annuals and they need a home, so we're going to move a bunch into this bed. Let's go shopping. The other day, I was feeling a little overwhelmed that I still had all these annuals and they were not in the ground. But let me tell you, today I am super excited that we have annuals to plant in our rock garden. We are going to be planting some of the pink vinca, the hot pink one, some of the white vinca, and then also some of the blue and white lobelia. I've gone ahead and placed the annuals. We have a small grouping of 3 of the vinca back there, and then we have a grouping of the white back here, some more pink vinca here, and more white vinca here. And then I dotted the outer part, I outlined it with alternating blue and white lobelia on both sides. And then in the center, we have some lobelia that's going to go there as well. I'm going to be putting some slow release fertilizer in each hole, and in the end, I'll give everything a drink of water. Let's get planting. And the annuals are in. They look a little tired because they have been in pots for a long time and they really needed some fertilizer. But they will be much happier now that they are in the ground. They're going to add a nice pop of color to this bed. I'm all about using perennials. I love using perennials, but sometimes we just need the annuals to add the color as well. But this bed is beautiful. It looks so much better than it did before. I'm very pleased with how we did with this project. What a wonderful feeling to get all of these plants packed into this small little rock garden. I am especially happy that I got all of these perennials put into this bed. They've been in my holding bed in the nursery for probably about a year and a half. They really needed a new home. And so I'm very happy with the new home that I found for them. I'm especially excited about the lamb's ear. I love lamb's ear. This is the only lamb's ear I have in my whole yard. Now that it's in the ground, I should be able to watch it grow, and then I can divide off of it and move it around in other places of my yard. I am also very happy to get all of these annuals in the ground. I think they're beautiful. I want them to get bigger. I want them to get brighter. And I want to collect the seeds off of them come fall time. That's how I got these vinca, was collecting seeds from last year. So now that they're in the ground, they can get bigger, stronger, produce seeds for me, and then I can show you how to collect the seeds from them come fall time. I hope you got something out of this video and that you're enjoying your gardens as much as I'm enjoying mine. And until the next video, make it a great day with gardening.